couple weeks ago, I was in TSC and I had a shiny object moment. I bought one of these heads for my mower, or for my weed whacker, and it works good. Unfortunately, I can't get it off. Normally there would be something I could stick in here to stop the gear from turning, but unfortunately this particular model doesn't have anything like that. So I did the next best thing. I put a pair of channel locks right there and tried to turn it, and when I did, I tore up the drive shaft. Now I'd like to say I said no problem, and I went ahead and disassembled this and tried to ground this down to square, but I didn't. Instead, I went and bought a new one. The reason I bought a new one, the same model, is because I figured at least this way, if anything happens to the trimmer, I'll have an extra motor, because I'm not going to use the motor to the new one. All I'm going to use is the lower shaft here with the stringer on it, and then we'll pack the motor away, so at least we have an extra motor if need be, because the motor on the old one runs just fine. And when I get a minute, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and take the drive shaft out of this thing. I'm going to try to grind this down and get it square, and then see if I can't, it won't work, and then just leave this head on it, so that way I can just interchange the two heads. So we'll see. Cool thing about this is that the whole shaft is already assembled, ready to go. All I have to do is put this guard on it. That should be it. So, where are we wanting to put that?
That's what I was saying.
What are you thinking?
Well, you want to put shelves up, so it
Right, why don't we put it above the window?
Well, that would work.
You want to put it there, or you want to put it...
No, because the window's going to go over there if we do put one in, and I don't want it to get... That would work.
Put it up there? Alright.
Oh my God, look at all the flies.
Oh yeah. Little big flies. Oh yeah, you guys are big nasty flies. Okay. Here. Ah! Look at that! I think that's a perfect spot.
It is.
Yeah.
You can see it real well. Come in and just look in the door.
Yep. I like it. Now what we should do is maybe mark the ideal humidity once we figure out what we want the humidity to be in here. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That way it's easy to tell whether or not. Mancha, get out of here. Silly goose.
Matcha.
Go. Thank you. All right. That's it.
That's it.
All right.
Because I sure can't work out in here. It's too hot.
It's hot. Oh man, it's hot. And unfortunately, because I'm using the weed whacker, I have to wear sweatpants so I don't get my legs all chewed up. We started over there. We've made our way this way. Gotten all this cleaned up. I had to take the mower to this area. We're gonna get the weed whacker, get all that cleaned up. then we got to get over here into the garden area where the beds are. Have to take a break from weed whacking in the garden, and we're gonna go feed the chickens. All right, everybody, who's ready for some food? Oh, look at you, Rex, looking all cool. Well, we got a lot of flies out here. We're gonna have to fix that. Get your fill. Unfortunately, Miss Babs here, she is broody again, which sucks because we just got her out of being broody and now she's back into being broody, and yeah, that sucks. But we will certainly do our best to break her of that habit because we do not want any babies. Sorry, big girl. All right, so we got our garden all cleaned up. Got it all weed whacked. Looks nice again. It's been a while since it's been cleaned up. All right, so next I think what I'm gonna do is rake everything up, kind of get it into a pile that we are gonna compost all the grass in, which is right there. And yeah, can call this job done. During the summertime, mowing is like never ending. It's one of the reasons I'm not a big fan of grass, but it is what it is. Now that the garden is all set up, I'm gonna spend the day weed whacking and mowing. This is just a normal day on our homestead. I'm out here weed whacking and cutting grass. Jen's way over there in the greenhouse working on her stuff there. I know at one point she was tying up our squash. The last couple of years the squash just like lay over the ground, so this year we're going to try stringing them up, see what happens, see how that works out. As for me, I'm working over here right now. Get all that cleaned up before I start mowing. What we're going to do over here by the flagpole is the original intent was to have a flower bed there. Unfortunately, the weeds just took over. So we're going to get all that cut down, and then I've got some tarps we're going to lay up on top of there, and let those tarps lay there until next spring. Hopefully that just kills everything out over there so we can kind of start fresh. So we'll see how that works out. So now that we've got it all cut down, I'm gonna rake all of the stuff we took out of there out. And then I'm gonna use a bunch of these tarps and cover it up. And hopefully by next spring, we'll have a nice, just black garden ready to plant. In theory, this should work. If we're able to block out the sun, this should die out and then compost underneath these tarps. We're gonna leave this the way it is. We'll check back in next spring. We'll see how we did. So we acquired quite a few of these things. These things are terracotta, made in Canada. We think that they are part of a French drain, but they can also be used, or they are also used as wine holders as well. Now at this point, I'm not quite sure what we're going to be using them for, but since we got them, we're going to go ahead and get them on this pallet and get them stacked up, put away. Maybe sometime in the future, we'll figure out what to do with them. All right, so now that we've gotten the terracottas moved, got them stacked up on a pallet and moved out of the way, the next thing I need to do is I need to go through this pile of rocks here, and I'm looking for some large rocks so that I can use them to border a new flower bed that we're making near the back porch. It's late in the day and I'm not really looking forward to it, but I've got to get these rocks moved out of here because we're going to be doing something with this area, and I can't do it right now because, well, it's filled with stone. So we're going to get the larger rocks moved out of here, moved over to where we are building our new flower bed, and then the rest of the rocks will just pile up, and I got to find someplace for them. All right, so we got the rocks cleared out, well, except for one. Now we have the rocks cleared out. Now we've got this area. We can go ahead and prep this area for what we're going to be doing over here. And we have moved a bunch of rocks over by our well because we're going to be putting up a flower garden over there. We're going to be doing that another day. Tomorrow's supposed to rain, so that's going to wrap it up for today. We have gotten a ton of projects done. We still have a ton of projects to do. But the good news is every project we get finished is one step closer to us being able to start on our garage, which is the big project, the next big project for the summer. So, all right, folks, well, that'll do it for this video. If you liked it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you folks on the next video.